Hello, I'm Kerry Mersell, author, coach, speaker, publisher, and creator of Clarity. And I'm here today to show you how you can do a clarity reading. And you can see that your board doesn't look exactly like this. This is because I'm using one of the demo boards that I made prior to having them published. And some of the backs of the cards look slightly different, but basically the game is played exactly the same way. So you can see I've got the 6 different sets of clarity cards, and there's 6 cards in each set, and I've got them all where clarity is up the top. Now, you can choose to have a general reading for somebody, or you can choose, if they came in and they said, oh look, I just want something on business, you could remove all these cards here and just lay out business, so you could actually do a business reading for them. Now, to start the reading, you have the person shuffle the flow cards. There's only two decks in the box, and these are the flow cards. Shuffle them, and while they're shuffling them, get them to think of a question that they'd like answered. So let's just do a test question on absolutely anything. Next time I go travelling, here's my question. Next time I go travelling, am I going to have a fun and safe and healthy trip? Now, I'm just going to move the travel cards over here because this is the first line that you always lead with this line down here. And that's the question I'm asking, am I going to have a fun, safe and healthy trip the next time I travel? Now, before I start, I'm going to pick 6 cards, and they're going to be just discarded for the moment. There's 2 there, 3. So you get the person you're reading for, or if you're reading for yourself, just pull 6 cards out of the pack. And what I'm going to do is just leave them to the side, and we'll use those at the end. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is to put the cards down. Now we're only looking at the yellow arrow here. And so when you look at the yellow arrow and the words right next to it, and we're talking about travel and fun. So my very first card of lots of excitement. So I'm excited about going on my travel. I'm feeling confident, so it's looking good, and lots of joy. Well, that's a wonderful reading for my next travel trip. So what I would say if I'm reading for somebody is say, is this all self-explanatory, or would you like me to put another card on it? Now, they're all self-explanatory for me, but just for the exercise here, I'll say we're going to put one on lots of excitement, and I've got nourish you. And I don't want one on feeling confident because I can understand that. I'm going to put one on lots of joy and rejected, okay? So every time you put a card up, you need to ask the person you're reading for, what does that mean for you? So I would have put that out and I would have said, nourish you. What do you think that means? And I'm going to answer the question. Oh, it means to take some time out, maybe do some meditation, do things that I really love to do. I love water sports, so maybe go and do some water sports. So every time a card is turned up, you need to say to the person, what does that mean to you? Now, as we go through the reading, so once we're finished with that, no clarity card has been turned up there. So we just go through the cards one at a time, and I'm not going to read them out. What I'm looking for here is a clarity card, and once we get a clarity card, that's where you explain to the person, and this is a clarity card, but lust has actually come up in it. What we were looking for was for the arrow to be on the clarity, which meant that it would have had to come in here, or maybe in this one here. So let's just leave the clarity card there, and we'll pretend that it came up just in case one doesn't come up at a later time. So in any of these cards are very important cards, and there's only 6 of these in the flow card deck. And what these cards do is that they're pointing, your consciousness is saying, hey, this is a really important thing. So if this card came up, keep this belief or choose freedom. Well, you know, that is explanatory in itself. Do you want to change? Now, if you got that card, you could say, okay, maybe depending upon what the person's reading is around, maybe we can do a clarity card on that, because this is obviously something that is very close to your heart. Now, this is a clarity card here, so we can either get them to pick up the pack and choose a clarity card for them to read, or you can just get them to take the one on the top of the pack, and we're going to take the one on the top of the pack. So, and the clarity card, you just simply read it out to them, and not in a like a parrot fashion, but read it so that it's, you know, they you know, so it sounds interesting. And explain to them prior to you reading, this is from the Sedona method, and this is how your thoughts and beliefs actually work. And you need to tell people this, because it's important that they understand that thoughts and beliefs and feelings aren't who they are. It's just something that they have collected since they were born. And you can let go of all these thoughts and feelings and beliefs that aren't working for you by simply welcoming them into your life, or doing one of the Sedona method releases, and it automatically allows them to release that baggage that they've been carrying. So you don't even have to, the person doesn't have to do anything. It's their consciousness that's actually doing the work, not them. And it's automatic, it's easy, and I would recommend everybody go and have a look at Sedona.com and see what the Sedona method is really about. Because once we find where we're heading and our questions answered, what we find is something that's stopping us, and that's our old thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. So I would read this card not once, I would read it 3 times. Sometimes you can see that the person has already released, so you say, and in between reading it again, say, how does that feel for you now? You're looking for that feeling that's in beyond all the beliefs. How's that feel? Do you feel anything there now? And the people will say, oh, I feel something shifting, or oh, I feel it's moved to my throat, or oh, I feel it's my heart, it's opening my heart. So it just depends on the person, but take the Sedona very seriously, and take the clarity cards, which are these cards, here. Take those very seriously as well, because they're very important in your reading. So once again, as we go back to this clarity card here, the one that I stacked the deck, we would come up and we would once again ask them to pick a card, or we would actually do relationships, and it's trying to figure it out. Now, at the end of the reading, there's only one last thing to do. Once you've gone through all the columns, ask them if they'd like 2 more cards on it, yes or no, done the clarity readings, we go back and we pick up our pile that we actually discarded from at the beginning, and we turn them up one at a time. And the only thing that we're looking at is the word at the top, on the top of the card. So fun, travel, entertainment, it's forgiveness for me. Business and work, it's opportunity. And as we go through, if you have a card like this one that's blank on top, it doesn't actually have any word there, there's no message for you on that. Health and fitness, independence, tolerance for spiritual and emotion, and worthy for the last one. So there you go, there's clarity cards. And if you have any questions, or certainly contact me. I'm very, very happy to answer any question that you have. And have fun playing this. This really can be a wonderful, life-changing tool that can release your baggage, answer your questions, and even show you what's going to happen in the future. Have fun with clarity, and maybe I'll see you one day and I can do a reading for you. See you soon. Bye.